Obviously, I don't want it coming from my end. Alrighty. Here we are, Calderas Desert. With a 1-0 advantage. Playing as the Warlock, it is Bloodra1N. And fighting from a deficit is Val.Hero playing as the Plague Champion. Let's get back to it, shall we? We are now into hour 10 of the tournament. Both of these players staying up until the wee hours to bring us some entertainment. Although, it's nothing but Eldar all day, every day these days. Double Heretics from Val.Hero, double Guardians from Bloodra1N, CSM and Banshees in the middle, as you would expect. Nurgle Worship will keep the Plague Champion relatively healthy in this engagement. Still taking a lot of damage, even with the regen of the Nurgle Worship. Oh, Heretics on Retreat could get a nice couple of kills here. 1, 2, 3. That's a nice little flank there, coming into the choke point on Calderas Desert. But power pressure being mirrored by Bloodra1N. Both sides deciding to go straight for the node of their opponent. However, Dark.Hero is planning on defending with Grenade Launcher Heretics and Chaos Space Marines. This might affect his ability to actually clear the node, but no, they will get it. These Guardians did not reinforce. No resources available to reinforce them, because he bought a Shuriken weapon platform. So both sides losing their node. Val.Hero claiming a few Guardian models, and only a single Heretic falling. Even trades slightly in favor of Val.Hero. However, Heretics forced back to base. Guardians now reinforcing in base. Grenade Launcher Heretics are active. And the Plague Champion has found the Shuriken Cannon as well as Guardians, and will have to retreat on out of there. He has the dirty, stinky armor of farting. Which we saw used to great effect against the Orcs. I'm not wholly convinced it's going to be the most useful thing against Eldar. Maybe if Banshees get in on him. But it's here. Makes him a bit tankier. These Heretics are going to head for the garrison, by the looks of things, aiming grenades at the Guardians, managing to miss every single one of them. Aspiring Champion on the way up for these Heretics. Grenade launchers still in play, looking for a decent flank. The Chaos Heretics now bursting into Nurgle Worship, their Aspiring Champion on the field. Chaos Space Marines taking cover behind this definitely not buggy rock. That's definitely what rocks look like. Yes, Relic. Well done. 10 points. Meanwhile, Grenade Launcher Heretics from behind, dealing damage to the Shuriken weapon team. Raptors would be the obvious pickup from Val.Hero. Heretics will take a lot of damage whilst worshipping here. Where are the Grenade Launcher Heretics? Backing off from the Banshees. Okay. The Plague Bolter of the Plague Champion has claimed a Guardian. The damage over time effect not to be trifled with. These Heretics are being really irritating. But the Grenade Launchers are not able to get into range to disrupt the setup team. Instead, taking cover in the garrison. Plague Champion taking huge amounts of damage, not benefiting from any worship at the moment, and forced to retreat. Meanwhile, the Warlock just capping up the rest of the map. Map going blue. This is a dodgy-ass position for Val.Hero to be in right now. He's not really achieving anything. He's not able to take an engagement due to the presence of the Shuriken weapon team. Raptors on the field do give him some form of initiation. But what he's lost is map control. What he's lost is most of his resources. In fact, he has no requisition points at all. No victory points at all. So slowly the chokehold being placed upon him by the forces of the Eldar. Raptors do dive in onto the Shuriken weapon team, so the contain will be broken at this point. Grenade hits on one of the Raptor models. Aspiring Champion Heretics moving in to dissuade the advance of the Banshees onto their grenade launcher wielding brethren. Some Guardians take a lot of damage here. Others just managing to escape losing a single model. And the contain is broken. Let us see if Val.Hero can take advantage of the time on the map. He now has the superior fighting force, with Raptors able to counter the setup team of the Eldar. Also, if he had had the grenade launcher heretics in a better position, he might have been able to break that contain even without Raptors. Would have been tricky, but a decent grenade launcher barrage to disrupt the setup team, followed by an engage from Aspiring Champion Heretics. Chaos Space Marines and the Plague Champion might have had a decent chance, particularly with the armor of Stinky Farts, to disrupt the Banshees. But massive victory point deficit now for Dark Hero. He's going to have to be very careful about ceding map control. The armor of Stinkiness being used to suppress the Warlock. Doesn't do a great deal of damage, but it does some damage. Grenade hit the tree. That must have been a misclick. The Aspiring Champion Heretics retreating out. Only the Aspiring Champion left. But he will make it out of there. Just about. Grenade Launcher Heretics and CSM moving up. These Heretics are in fact worshipping to grant the CSM some health regen. Now looking for a Grenade Barrage. Bit of a swing and a miss there. The auto guns of the Grenade Launcher Heretics not doing insignificant damage to the Warlock. The Raptors jumping in. The Banshees are on the power, so not in a position to support this middle engagement. Warlock might end up going down here, actually. Will he bleed out to the stink? He will. Okay, good stuff. So for the price of 2 generators, Val.Hero was able to take out the Warlock. Lighter tier 1 from Bloodra1N than we've seen previously, looking for tier 2. Tier 2 is on the way for Val.Hero. However, his power economy is in shambles, his wreck economy not great either. Let's see, we don't have Eternal War CSM, we have a slight tech lead for Val.Hero, and the Warlock has been repurchased. The Merciless Wraithblade, Witchblade even, coming in for the Warlock, gives him an ability to drain energy on strike, and also just a big damage increase. Let's see what's going on over here. That's Raptors. Raptors decapping a victory point. Heretics going into worship, healing up the CSM and the Plague Champion. Raptors are in position to get a flank if they want to. More worship from the Heretics, keeping the CSM relatively healthy. The suppression from the Shuriken weapon sets up for a grenade from the Guardians, but dodged in retreat by the Chaos Space Marines. Let's have a look. See, here are the Raptors. Good flank from the Raptors. Doesn't look like Bloodra1N was aware of this. Reacts quickly, however. Banshee's taking a lot of damage on retreat. Might take even slightly more. Maybe one more model. Yes, indeed. And now, is there any stinky bolter fire that can stop it? No. A Blood Crusher is the choice from Val.Hero. Warp Spiders for Bloodra1N. Val.Hero looking to bring his enemy to battle. Bloodra1N looking to avoid the battle. In typical Eldar cowardly fashion. No further war gear upgrades for the Plague Champion. Warlock will take some damage in retreat here from the Heretics, but nowhere near enough to tick him down. A second Blood Crusher is on the way, and a Falcon now for Bloodra1N. We saw Guru Skippy using the double Blood Crusher build to great effect before he accidentally threw away his entire army earlier on in the day. Blood Crushers will be able to break this contain, set down on the mid-victory point, but Val.Hero is at a tremendous power deficit. The Warp Spiders are in fact cancelled, and a Wraith Lord is queued up. Having seen the advance of the Blood Crusher, Wraith Lord is the choice. One Wraith Lord with a Bright Lance can easily handle a Blood Crusher. Two Blood Crushers, that's a bit more of a dicey deal. Raptors do have energy to jump. They see the setup team, they go on it, force the retreat immediately. But they have suppressed the Chaos Space Marines. There won't be a great risk here. Blood Crusher dealing ably with Guardians, chopping them up, biting them. Heretics on the retreat path, but these are grenade launcher heretics, not the melee variant, so much less scary retreat path proposition. And it will be a Bright Lance on the shoulder for the Wraith Lord. The aspect of strength on the Banshees will give their Exarch the Executioner Spear for heavy melee damage against the Blood Crushers, very useful. Let's see if the Wraith Lord can handle the double Blood Crushers. Are we joining the Blood Crushers together? Or are we going to play with them split up? Split up, a Blood Crusher cannot contend with the Wraith Lord. It is too mighty. Together, two of them may well be able to do a good job. These Guardians looking perhaps for a foot grenade, and indeed they get it, and it's well timed. But the Heretics stay on the field. Power Bash here for the Eldar, but it is a triple cap in favour of Val.Hero. Plague Marines are going to be the choice. Blood Crushers are ignoring the Wraith Lord, instead chasing Banshees into base. Here comes the charge. Nothing here in base that will threaten the Blood Crushers. They will take slight damage from the base turrets, looking to knock down the Webboy Gate. If you can kill the one in the base, that massively impedes the Eldar's ability to move around the map. We're also seeing a full power bash now in favor of Val.Hero. Are we going to get it? They're pulling back. They're not going to finish this generator on 21 HP. Come on, guys. Just finish this generator, please. Oh, it hurts me so badly. Okay, good. Get this one. It's got 20 HP. Click. Thank you. Nice. Oh god, that really hurt me. What was that? Did you see that little artifact under the menu screen? Looked like the sun had just risen. What the hell was that? Fire Dragons. Very garish units. Good against doggos, however. Plague Marines will do enough to keep the Wraith Lord honest. If the Wraith Lord gets caught by Plague Marines in the presence of doggos, that is a dead Wraith Lord. And Mark of Tzeentch for the Chaos Space Marines. And gets the heavy infantry of the Eldar, which is nothing. I do not believe that Fire Dragons are heavy infantry, correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, Inferno damage, very strong. I'm getting Eternal War now. Ooh, Banshee's taking a lot of fire here from will they go down in retreat? They may well. Yes, they do. Banshees go down in retreat, intercepted by the Raptors and the Tzeentch CSM. Tzeentch CSM doing decent damage to the retreating Warlock. Not brilliant, but decent. And once again, as has been the theme of this day, no one has any bloody power. I would say the advantage in this case actually lies with Val.Hero. He has massively superior army. If they all just run into each other, there's no way that the Eldar win a fight. Bright Lance is now upgraded for Bloodra1N. He realizes that the doggos are the main strength of the army here. But that does leave the CSM, the Tzeentch CSM, without any form of suppression, without any form of disruption or contestation, with the Banshees out of commission. Blood Crusher running forwards. This is not a good place for you to be, Mr. Doggo. And down he goes. Running into 2 Bright Lances and Fire Dragons. Oof. That could well have been a tactical decision to clear Pop, but I don't see that personally myself. I think that was a bit of a misplay. Tzeentch CSM setting up in heavy cover, being worshipped by the Heretics, trying to restore some of their HP. Sorry, that was the Plague Champion. God, look at the damage from those Inferno Bolters on the heavy armor of the lead model of the weapon team. Absolutely nuts. Meanwhile, the second Doggo has been caught by the Wraithlord. Is there anything here that will stop the chase? There isn't. Where are the Plague Marines? Not close enough. The charge away, okay, being worshipped. Will heal up, and the snare of the missile through this little gap. What a shot. That will probably enable the Doggo to get to safety. Meanwhile, Guardian's taking huge damage, and this is a dodgy retreat path. Not going for it. Instead, allowing the Guardians to go through, trying to get onto the Wraithlord. There's not much here that can actually kill a Wraithlord. Instead, turning their attention towards the Fire Dragons, who are melting through the Tzeentch CSM. The Noxious Cloud does huge damage, and a Blight Grenade as well. The Fire Dragons might wipe here. It's close. Oh, 11 HP. 8, 4, 5 HP they survive with one model. Oh my god. That was so close. Doggo dead. Doggo will die to the next Bright Lance shot, and down it goes. Now the Raptors are in. Their aspiring champion, with his heavy melee damage, will damage the Wraithlord, but it's still not necessarily a fight that he wants to take. But with Plague Marines moving in to support, the Wraithlord fleeing towards the Webway portal, desperate for some help. This Webway gate building desperately slowly for this Wraithlord. Is it spotted? Is the Webway gate spotted? It must be spotted, surely. Well, here comes a Warlock out of it, so he knows it's there now. Here comes the entire war host, actually. Second squad of Plague Marines on the way. Raptors jumping in, giving up the chase. Plague Marines caught out of position a little by the Warlock, by the Dreadnought, and turning around is the Dreadnought, the Wraithlord. Turning around to melee the Plague Marines is the Wraithlord. Incoming fire from the Fire Dragons also doing considerable damage. The Bright Lance platform is going to go down here to the Raptors, but it served its purpose. There are no vehicles left on the Chaos roster. Raptors doing good damage to Fire Dragons. The aspiring champion crushing with his maul. This is Touch of Nurgle on the Raptors, hoping to get some explosions on death, but no one died. With 2 squads of Plague Marines now on the field, this can be a tricky proposition for a Wraithlord, but here comes the Autarch calling. Autarch dropped right on the heads of the Plague Marines, but the Warlock goes down as well. Oh my. Plague Marines dodging a grenade, not the easiest thing for Plague Marines to do. They're not the fastest of boys. The Autarch jumped into the bucket and then out of the bucket and then leaps across the entire map. Still 0 power income for either player. 20 for Bloodra1N, 15 for Val.Hero. This is true poverty gaming. The single aspiring champion chainsawing the Webway gate to death. This is a risky place for him to be, just all on his own. Suppression from the fetid armor onto the Autarch. A Blight Grenade as well. The Wraithlord is here to help force away the Plague Champion. Tzeentch CSM will make quick work of this Autarch if they're left to just fire at her. Double Plague Marines. The entire Eldar Warhost warps in from the Webway. Plague Marines being initiated on by the Autarch. Moving slightly too close around the ruins of this truck to get to the Wraithlord. He is slowed. The Noxious Cloud forces the Guardians back into the Webway. Raptors jumping in now, looking to finish off the Wraithlord, and they will do so. Down it goes. A fresh squad of Chaos Cultists has been purchased, and the Noxious Cloud moving back in, doing tremendous damage to the Guardsmen, but it does expire just in time. And these are not Guardsmen, these are Guardians. Fresh Heretics, wipe. Fire Dragons, so low. Able to get back into the webway just. So unfortunate for Val.Hero not killing off that squad of Fire Dragons, but look at the victory points. I haven't even been looking at the victory points. 202 to 40. Bloodra1N has to get back out onto the map. He has very, very little to work with now. Just an Autarch, Fire Dragons, 2 Guardians, and his hero. He has the mobility advantage, but again, in a straight fight, the Plague Marines have done their job, and now they're not the most useful of units. Their Plague Bolters do good damage to the rest of the Eldar roster, but their Plague Rockets will not hit. And even if they do hit, it's not going to be a tremendous difference maker in the fights. They are very tanky boys, though. If they soak up damage for the Tzeentch CSM, for the Raptors, they've done a good job. And their Plague Bolt is doing decent work, but only one model with a Plague Bolter remains. Here we see the jump in from the Raptors. Their Aspiring Champion is still up and ready. Tried to get off his special ability, but the Warlock knocked him down with the Witchblade of Kernus, cancelling the wind-up. However, there's no time left in the game. 3, 2, 1. GG. 1-1. What a game. Great game by both players. Back and forth action.